Hi folks, welcome back to Stacey Can. Today I am making strawberry margarita preserves. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited because strawberries are finally in season, so we get to do some fun things with them. And they are beautiful berries. It's first of the season for me where I'm at here in Oregon, and we have great berries. So this is going to be a fun recipe to incorporate in with berries that are just a little different. The ingredients that you need are 6 cups of strawberries. We're gonna have them and make sure they're whole, meaning take the little center part out and the green part there too. 2 cups of apples, tart. You want a tart apple that is chopped, cored, and peeled. These are a tart apple. These are Cosmic Crisps, so that's what I'm using. You can also use a Granny Smith. They didn't look that great in the store for me, so I'm using these. You need 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 4 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of tequila, 1/2 cup of an orange-flavored liqueur. I use this brand. I like it a lot. Some people use triple sec. I don't care for triple sec. It's a terrible flavor in my opinion, but you do you on that piece. So I'm using this Solero brand. It's Salerno. It's a very good liqueur, orange liqueur. And then also optional, a tablespoon of strawberry schnapps. I don't have strawberry schnapps, couldn't find it at the store, and plus I didn't want a huge bottle of something I probably won't ever drink. I even asked my neighbors if anybody had strawberry schnapps, and my German neighbors, who are literally from Germany where schnapps originated, were like, I've never heard of that before. So I don't know. Maybe they have it somewhere. We just don't. I don't have it where I'm at locally. I didn't look that hard either, so keep that in mind. All right, the tools that you need. We do need our funnel here and our ladle, jar lifter, our Headspace tool, lid lifter, and also a vegetable peeler. So we are peeling these vegetables, peeling the apples. And then I need a stock pot, which I will have, and some measuring cups and spoons. And then also I am heating the lid, so I've got a little saucepan for that. And then I'm using my canner here. It makes about 6 half pints. So those don't fit in my stock pot. So anyway, so I did bring out the canner for that. And so those are the ingredients. And so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hull these strawberries, and you can just kind of cut them around. There's also a tool that you can get, and you see how it takes out this little centerpiece here. You definitely want that out. It's just kind of tough is why. And then we're gonna cut these in half. Now this one is a pretty big strawberry, and look at how delicious these berries are. They're all red all the way through and not white. When they're red all the way through, they've been on the vine a lot longer. And anyway, so you just want to cut them in half. I'm going to quarter this one, but like this one, I will just cut that one in half because it's not necessary. And see, taking out that centerpiece and cut it in half and keep going until you get 6 cups. Now I'm peeling the apples and to get myself 2 cups of peeled, cored, chopped apples. So while I'm chopping up my apples, I am kind of making them slicing them a little bit thinner, because they do sort of swell up. So here's a cup. I think we might be able to get away with just 1 apple here. But I got 2 just in case. I've got the apples here, the 2 cups of chopped apples. And so I'm gonna go ahead and measure out the 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And pour that into the apple mixture. This is going to keep them from going brown, so I'm just going to kind of stir it up really quickly before adding the strawberries. So I got the apples and the lemon juice peeled here and added, I should say, and now I'm adding the 6 cups of whole strawberries and cut in half. And we're going to bring this to a boil. And it says to stir constantly, but sometimes it takes my burner a minute to get going. Okay, while that's coming to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out the sugar. We need 4 cups. Okay, now I've got it going. I've got a nice good boil going over high heat. I'm gonna stir in the sugar. And I'm just gonna stir this sugar in and bring it to another boil, to boil gently. So So I've got a boil going here, and I'm reducing the heat so we can boil this gently until it thickens up, which will take about 25 minutes. So you want to stir frequently during that time, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer for the 25 minutes because it's just good to keep track. While the strawberries, apples, and lemon juice are boiling gently for 25 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out the alcohols, which are the half cup of tequila, half cup of the orange liqueur, and if you want, a tablespoon of strawberry schnapps. So I've got the 25-minute timer's gone off, so I'm cutting the heat, and we're gonna let it cool down for just a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the half a cup of tequila and the half cup of orange-flavored liqueur. And also, if you want, the tablespoon of strawberry schnapps. And we're just gonna bring this to a boil again, and now we'll boil it hard. Okay, I've got a boil going, and we're gonna I set the timer for 5 minutes, and we're gonna boil this hard. And you wanna stir constantly. And I am gonna drop the heat just a little bit to more medium-high versus high, just so it doesn't boil over. The 5-minute timer has gone off, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat. And we're gonna get ready to spoon this up, or spoon it up, jar it up. This is a part where you can skim the foam if you want. I'm not going to, so that's entirely up to you. Now we're gonna go ahead and get things jarred up. So I have my jars heating up in the canner here, and now I'm going to take those out one at a time. And we're filling this to a 1/4 of an inch headspace, which is really standard for all preserves, jams, jellies, marmalades. This is part you can bubble if you want. I don't like bubbling with jams and jellies because I think it sets up pretty quickly, and so I don't like to do that. So now I'm just checking for 1/4 of an inch headspace, not quite there yet. Yep, got my 1/4 of an inch headspace. I'm using a paper towel, and I'm just using the lid water to clean the rim really well. This is jams, jellies, marmalades, preserves, etc. This is a good spot to clean it, clean the rim, because this has got so much sugar in it, it gets sticky. And then you want to get your lid here, lid lifter, and your ring just fingertip tight, and the top potato, so be careful. And then you want to lift it up and over into the canner. Do not tip or tilt. So I got the jars in the canner, so I kick the heat up to high here, and I'm covering it. And when it comes to a rolling boil, we'll set the timer. I got a rolling boil going in the canner here, so I've set the timer for 10 minutes for my altitude. For more altitude and timing information for your area, just check over here on the side or down below in the show notes. So the timer went off for my altitude, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat. For me, it was 10 minutes because I'm at 0 to 1,000 feet. And I'm also gonna take the lid off, so be careful when you take the lid off and point it away from your face, because that is some hot steam and it's a facial you don't want. And I'm gonna set another timer for 5 minutes to let the food in the jars settle. This helps with the sealing process. 5-minute timer's gone off, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the jars from the canner. So remember, when you are taking the jars out of the canner, do not tip or tilt. There is some water over the top of the jars, and that will evaporate all on its own. And the reason for that is if you tip or tilt the jar, you can get foodstuffs in between the rim and the lid, and that could make the jar, make it so it doesn't seal. So I ended up with about five half pints. I didn't quite get to a full 6 of them. So, you know, next time I'd probably add a little bit more, a couple more strawberries and a couple more pieces of apple, and it would have popped it up there. Or maybe not, whatever. It just, you know, it varies from fruit to fruit and etc. and how much you get out of stuff. So, but it's real pretty in color. Look at that. I think it's real pretty in color. It has an absolute fantastic taste. You can taste the alcohol a little bit, the orange liqueur and the tequila mixed in there. It does kind of smooth out some of the sweetness a little bit, so it's got a little bit of a punch and a kick when you're tasting it. So this would be fantastic. Really, you could do it over, you can eat it on toast. You can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if you want, but it is a little bit richer because of the alcohol content in there. So just keep that in mind. But it would be a fantastic, gosh, I don't know, on scones, or you could do it on a really nice cheese, or on top of a cheesecake would be fantastic. But it, you can eat it however you want. It's just fun. You could also use this and make a sangria with it, because it's got some sweetness in there. So you could use a drier wine for that instead of, and you can make cocktails with it. You could, it is versatile. You could scoop some of it out and mix it in with like a teaspoon of it, and mix it in with some sparkling water too, just to give you kind of a fun zhuzhy flavor. So the alcohol is pretty much cooked out of it, because we did that hard 5-minute boil with the alcohol. So which is the goal is to cook some of that alcohol out, because it can make the product pretty runny. So that's why you want to boil it hard to get that alcohol cooked out of it. So just keep that in mind while we do that. So anyway, that is how you make strawberry margarita preserves. The recipe is down below, and while you're down there, hit like and subscribe, because that does help. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, concerns, by all means, please reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey Can Can. You can at me on Instagram and TikTok at Stacey Can Can. My website is www.staceycancan.com. My email is info@staceycancan.com, and you can reach me on LinkedIn at Stacey Can Can. Thanks so much for joining me today, and until next time, happy canning.